Almost halftime of the Packers Bears. It's Jay's first Aaron Rodgers primetime halftime show. And as you guys who have been watching these halftimes with me for over the years know, these are the ones that separate the men from the boys. And we're not talking about picking the games either. We're talking about these games are usually absolutely horrible. It's rare that you see Aaron Rodgers in these primetime games in a nail biter. I'd say once in a while he'll be trailing big, and you can and they're going to come back. Other times they're trailing big and they're dead. It's usually against the Niners. And then there's these games like this where it's like, how big is the line going to be for the second half? Because even though they're up by 17, laying 10 in the game, they're still going to be laying points in the second half, and we know this. We've been down this road before. This is not our first not my first rodeo with an Aaron Rodgers primetime halftime, and we know pretty much what we're going to get here. It's been an exciting day for the NFL. Not my best day I ever had, that's for sure. Not the worst day I've ever had, but at the same time, a few games that I thought I had that I didn't have, and a few games I thought I didn't have that I did have. So I had it both ways. I had the Cardinals and the Dolphins, two of the big comebacks of the day. I also had the Browns, who, when they missed that extra point, and I knew it wasn't going to cover, even though I was up by 13, I was rooting for the Jets at that point. And when the Jets scored that quick touchdown, I was hoping they'd get the onside kick and beat them. And that's what we saw. But 3 seconds left to go in the half. 2-1. We go. It's 24-7. The Bears got off to a nice start in this game, but
they did.
Ever since that, well, it's been non-competitive. You let the Packers in the first half start jumping into the stands on you, doing all those sort of things. It's never going to end well for you. These are the bad ones. You don't want to go into Lambeau, and you don't want. It's like you see, 33 jump into those stands. It's bad news, because then the avalanche starts falling. The snowball gets bigger. You cannot stop it. And, this is and now we're stuck in this situation, having to do a halftime where the game is a foregone conclusion, and we're going to have to try and figure it out. Because while we've seen a ton of comebacks today, the Cardinals, the Dolphins, even some of these other teams made it competitive.
The Jets.
Oh, yeah. The Jets, down by 13 with a minute and change left to go. We've seen a bunch of these. That's not going to happen here. That's not going to happen. This I'm going to bed. This is like, I'm going to go take a nap. I'm up early on Sundays and Saturdays especially. I'm up early every day, but, these days like this, it's like, I'm going to go watch the replay of 90 Day Fiance or something.
Yeah, man. One of them games.
Exactly what we thought. The Packers, 10.5-point favorites, 10 to 10.5, depending on where you got it. 3.5-point favorites here in the second half, already up, covering by 7, up 24-7. So up by 17 points, laying 3.5 in the second half. Not a lot of motivation here to pile it on. Not a lot of motivation not to pile it on. I think they pile it on. I'm going to lay the points here with the Packers. How about you, Jay?
Well, I ain't going to lie. This is a tough one for me. My heart wanted to stay with the Bears, man. I was with them at the beginning of the game. But I just feel like I'm dead in the water there. I might have to just lay it with the Green Bay Packers, man, and just call it what it is.
Sometimes it's good to hedge out. I'll tell you, I knew I was dead today in those afternoon games. I had the Bengals, I was dead wrong on it. But I crushed that second half in that game because they're a second half team. Crushed the second half, ended up making money on that game. I had the Cardinals for the game. I crushed that second half, and then the Rams bruised me, and that happens. But, it's all part of the NFL. And why those people that say, oh, it's I can't wait for the NFL, baseball's fixed and all that other stuff. Oh, yeah? How about the Falcons coming back on the Rams and the Jets beating the Browns? And
I nailed that Falcons one on the head.
Oh, man.
I told y'all that earlier in the week. It had it written all over it. The back door.
It was ridiculous. But in this one, if you're joining us late, I think this one just turns into a pounding. I'm going to take the Packers team total over too while I'm here. It's minus 135 though, so I have a little bit of a problem with that. We'll see if we can. This line has changed now, so the Packers has dropped to plus 105 on the 3.5. I'll tell you what, all the better. I liked it at the regular minus 110. I like it at the 3.5. I don't see. The Bears are now forced to pass. We saw a lot of other teams today, that were forced to pass, except for Kyler Murray. I don't even know what the hell that is. Explain to me how in the NFL, this is not like a high school game or something like that, or Sandlot or something like that. This is the NFL. This guy's running around in circles out there. It's like
I'm sitting there with a Raiders 5.5, just knowing I'm dead in the water.
I had the Cardinals. And as soon as because I said it on this morning show. I haven't seen a Raiders game decided by more than 5.5 in a year. And the toughest part of today was for me happened 13 minutes into the 49ers game against the Seahawks. I've been waiting a full year for this, and I got 73 minutes this season. I got 60 minutes one game, and it happened right at the 13-minute mark. I'll never forget it. Where were you? Where were you when Trey Lance broke his leg?
I seen your tweet. I immediately retweeted. As soon as I seen it, I just was like, here comes Mitch, man. I know he's hurt.
It was like, oh man, I couldn't believe it.
NFL moneymaker, man.
I just couldn't believe it. It was like, oh man, I'd waited. I kind of had it all laid out. It's like now we got to come up with all new material. It's like we could remember, they should do like the made-for-TV movie, 73 Minutes of Glory. Yeah, I knew when he went down that I was dead. I was dead.
I've had an overall good day, but at the same time, I had the Colts as my best bet today. So hey,
I had the Broncos, and the Broncos are driving for the cover, and just bogged down. It's like they're carving them up. It's like all of a sudden everything's sinking and they're going, and it's like then all of a sudden it's like, whatever, we'll just kick the field goal. They just kind of like gave up at that. That 2-point conversion, they're showing it. They're showing it. No, they're not going to show it again. I thought they were going to show it again. The 2-point conversion by Kyler Murray today was one of the greatest plays in NFL history.
Yeah, man, he ran around for 5 minutes and scrambled in.
and also the touchdown on 4th down was another one, which was just, ridiculous. It was like. What are you going to do? 4th down, you're going to throw it to whatever. He just walked in.
I'm sitting there nail biting.
They didn't even lay a glove on him. Not even like, it was not even like, there was no chance that anyone was going to catch him. It'd be interesting to see him play. I think that Kyler Murray could actually play in a 2 QB system with 2 QBs on the field at the same time, where he's actually could be a ball carrier and a quarterback. Like you hand the ball off to him and he can run or throw, or it's like the other guy could throw. It's like you could probably do a lot of different plays like that with that guy.
Today was a great day as a fan to watch. It was a lot of action today, man.
It was fun.
How about them Dolphins, man? How about them Dolphins?
I said last year that Tua throws the best ball of any quarterback out there that I've seen since Dan Marino, that he throws just a zip ball. And did you see that? Just darts, like 50, 60-yard ropes. Absolutely bombed them. I'm on the Packers here, for those of you joining late. And
on the Packers.
I like the Packers team total over. But I don't know about the hell?
Full game, I like under.
I think I'm going to go over. I
like under.
I think I'm going to go over.
I like this 10-0 Packers second half, 35 or what we at 34-7 ball game.
But it's 20.5. I could see 3 touchdowns being scored here. I could see it happening. I could see a defensive score. When they start jumping into the stands like that.
Yeah, it could just pile on,
They do. They just pile
it on. Fields trying to force it.
So
deep.
I'm going Packers,
Yeah.
Packers team total, and then the regular game total over. The Bears total, I think I could go under there at 7.5 too. I think we could go for the grand slam, hit all four on this thing. 7.5 is always a little dicey because it's like, it depends where we are at the end of the game and who's in there. I got 18 and a second. I got
Trying to keep my primetime streak alive, man. I'm going with the Packers. And I like the full second half under. That's two I like here.
Yeah, I like the over second half. I'm gonna go with the Packers, but it has been a great day of games. What other games were there? The Lions.
My Dallas Cowboys, man.
I won the second half there. I'll take it. I thought that the Cowboys played a really good game. I thought they totally
Defense
deserved to
stand up.
lose. Totally deserved to lose that game in the second half. But that's part of it. I think that when you have a team down at like the Cowboys had them down, and you can't just put them away, it doesn't really matter. You're not going anywhere anyway.
I was sitting on the edge of my seat whole game with Cooper Rush at quarterback. You just never know
He did a
which
nice
way that
job.
game could go.
He did a
He
nice
did,
job.
man. He
He-
did though. He
he's-
did. He
he's
stayed in there,
better.
young tough.
He's better than almost any backup in the league, I would say. We've seen
think
a
so?
lot of these backups. He's better than most of them.
I feel you. Yeah, great day of football, man.
He
I
played.
think I'm gonna finish in 6-4, depending on if the Bears lose 6-4 overall. So it's a solid day.
We've got we've got 2 Monday night games tomorrow, and they both run almost at the same time. But the halftimes will run. I don't know how we're gonna do the show, but I don't know if it'll be one continuous halftime the way that it works, or it'll just be a halftime with a quick break, and then to the next one. The games start at, I think, an hour and a half apart, but that's not much.
Yeah. It's really no telling because game clock, how they're going. We'll
Yeah,
see how it goes.
I'd imagine like a game like the Titans Bills, if it's high scoring, the high scoring games generally take longer. The low scoring games generally take less. The clock moves and they turn the ball. But boy, that Dolphins Ravens game, there was a point in the game where the Dolphins offense hadn't been on the field for 30 minutes, of real time. And in that Cowboys game, I mean, that drive that the Bengals put on the Cowboys, I mean,
Our
that thing lasted
defense was
3
on the
weeks.
sideline for a minute.
They
was on the field for a minute. Yeah,
and they were out there. Yeah, we'll talk about those games tomorrow, and we have videos out on those games, premium picks. Tough to give out picks on the show for tomorrow's games when you have, just a real limited card. So it's like we have baseball. I found a couple of gems in there, but nothing too special. And then we have that. Next week's NFL card is loaded. I mean, it is a loaded card next week. This week,
Yeah.
I thought it looked a little generic, but man, it played out really nicely. A lot of surprises, and the Jets, I think, beating the Browns just shows you, it's
any given Sunday.
Anything
Any
can happen.
given Sunday. Yeah.
It's when the Browns missed that extra point, it was like the whole game swung.
Yeah. New England going into Pittsburgh and getting the win.
Man,
So
that Amazon Prime on Thursday is just the worst way to watch a football game.
who we got this Thursday?
Browns Steelers. The problem with Amazon Prime is it's 2-day free delivery, so we'll find out on Saturday, how that game went. It's like, I mean, it's just terrible. The stream, it's like I watch games with the sound like once in a blue moon, and it's like it looked like a Godzilla movie. He ran for 3 yards. It's so bad.
It was behind. Yeah, it was choppy.
Oh,
yeah.
so bad. I got the spinning wheel of death a couple of times where I had to reset because I had it on my computer. I also streamed it on the TV. I tried it every which way, and none of them were good. But the Colts, 0-1-1, face the Chiefs next week, and We got the Titans and the Raiders.
I'm off the Colts, man.
The Raiders.
Oh man.
The Raiders 0-2, and the Titans now will be playing that game on a short week after playing the Bills, which doesn't bode well. The 2-0 Dolphins will be playing the Bills. We'll find out what their record will be.
Game of the week next week, and that's the game of the week.
The Patriots Ravens. The Ravens, I mean, they gotta be feeling it after that one. The Bengals Jets. The Jets, probably feeling it. Feeling pretty good after that win. Commanders Eagles, seems like those teams play an awful lot. Saints Panthers, another one of those under the radar ones. Jags Chargers, Rams Cardinals, Falcons. Those of you joining us late, we took the Packers, both of us did, laying the points on this show. And Jay has the under, I have the over. The Bears returned the second half kickoff. We always stayed through the first drive. They're out to the 22-yard line. This is probably going to be a very quick show because my guess is going to be, everyone knows.
3 and out.
Matt LaFleur, 30-1 regular season when leading at halftime.
Yeah.
That's these Aaron Rodgers halftime shows. Next Sunday night, it's the Broncos and the 49ers. That Broncos offense looked terrible today. Of course, we won't have Trey Lance to kick around there. My 73 minutes that I waited 2 years. I got 73 minutes of football.
Yeah, as soon as I seen that, I thought of you, man. As soon as I seen
I saw him run. It's like 3rd and 8. It's like what do you normally pass? They do the quarterback draw like they always do because they don't want him throwing the ball more than 4. It's like, oh, man.
How lucky are they to still have Jimmy G on their roster, man?
Oh, I know. It would have been C.J. Beathard, right?
Right.
Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. Anyways, Justin Fields has got 2nd and 3 here for the Bears. He's back to pass, but he's sacked it because just everyone in the building knows he's got to pass. You're down by 17 points, and you got a quarterback on the other side that probably isn't done yet. After last week, he's got to build up those stats. This is what he does. This is what he does. The defense. This is why I like the Packers over is in the game overs because I think the Packers defense is going to get a touchdown at some point. Rashawn Gary out of Michigan, 12th overall pick in the draft. With the sack.
Yes,
3rd
sir.
And he play actions out of it. He has got time back there, but nobody is open. He throws a Carson Wentz on 3rd and 9, throws the ball 4 yards. That it just doesn't do it. He checked it down. He definitely looked for his other guys. They were all covered. The Packers only rushed 4 on that play. They didn't blitz anybody. They just rushed all 4. The down 4. Even number 7, the linebacker's just standing there out in space. Nothing they can do. So the Bears are going to punt here, and we're going to finish
3
it.
and out.
Yep, 3 and out. Rare for these halftimes, And the Packers get the ball at their own 10-yard line. It doesn't matter. They're going to get a touchdown. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. Make it a winning day. We appreciate each and every one of you. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Double halftime shows, Monday Night Football. Make it a winner. Appreciate you guys. And we got still have 16 weeks plus the playoffs. We got Thanksgiving, a whole nother triple header and all kinds of stuff. So have a good night, everyone.